talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackie and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
That's right. Declan on the drums.
I'm dancing.
Mackie and Judd. This is where we admit that we were wrong. And sometimes, once in a blue moon, celebrate where we were right.
Just sometimes.
Write That Down predictions and an accountability session. We're the only show in America that actually keeps track of our predictions, holds each other accountable, puts our entire reputation on the line as a show. And on Purple Daily, where we do football-centric predictions. And boys, this week's edition of Write That Down is presented by us, the Score North app, where we are giving away Winter Classic tickets, Wild, Blues, January 1st, Target Field. All you have to do is open the Score North app, go to Listener Rewards, and enter a promo code. We're giving out 5 different promo codes this week. You just have to enter the code. Today's code is DUMBA. DUMBA. I was going to go with maybe some of the more difficult last names to spell on the team, but the goal isn't to make you spell a Russian last name. It's to, we want you to be able to win these things. You can enter up to 5 times this week, once each day. Dumba, if you want to win Winter Classic tickets. So, all right, let's, before we get guest listener predictor Justin in, and by the way, if you want to be a guest listener predictor, send us a message through the Score North app. There's a feedback tab, and we can get you scheduled out. 3 predictions from everybody each week. That's how this works. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs, and the season has 3 weeks left. It's been a long grind going back to January. Judd had a big batting average lead, and then he lost it, and then Declan had a pretty big lead. And we'll see what happens this week.
Let's just see. Okay, let's just move on.
And, of course, you guys probably think it's a 2-horse race, but I had a pretty good week last week. So,
you got an outside chance. No, nobody said it's down to 2.
This is 2009 Twins, baby. Macadac could go on like on a 23-4 run and get back in the division. You never know.
I saw you guys planning a parade route. Like Bill Belichick saw the Eagles planning a parade route on that Tom Brady documentary.
Yep, right through the cafeteria.
right by the automated sandwich machines that are new downstairs here. It's great. I'm just gonna spend like $100 on those tomorrow night during the Steelers Vikings game. All right, let's just give me like 9 chuck wagons and I'll be satisfied. All right, let's get to the accountability session here. We'll start with Judd.
Hey,
look at this week.
Oh,
nice week for Judd here.
Oh.
So you did say the Wild would beat. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be green. The Wild would beat the Devils on Thursday. They did. I don't know why I had that red. It's green. They did beat the Devils.
So upset right now. Why did you?
I'm sorry. I think I just want to check and make sure that I mark this.
I'm kidding.
Hold on. I just want to make sure. You know what? I mistakenly marked it as an incorrect prediction. They did beat the Devils.
Yeah.
Declan, we got cheating. Phil is trying to.
Sorry.
Phil's trying to.
I know. I caught myself.
No, it's okay.
Well, I know, but we would have.
Calm down.
Everyone calm down. It's okay.
I'm competitive.
All right. You did. I think this is a home run. You said like months ago that Tony Oliva will be voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame and inducted in 2022.
That's a home run.
That's a dinger, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember you. Did you remember that you predicted that?
No.
Why did you predict that? I mean, he's been snubbed for decades.
Because I was trying to think of good write that down.
It was probably in the slower,
prediction.
That June, July slow month of the sports calendar year. I'm sure Judd was digging deep. I respect it. Yeah, it's a home run prediction.
Don't ask genius why. Because genius often doesn't know the why.
This is true.
It just comes to you.
Yes, exactly right. Like a great artist.
You also said within the next 2 years, there would be a credible report or story that the Wolves' new ownership group is seeking a new arena. There's been multiple little droppings. I believe A-Rod went on Chad Hartman's show. Chad Hartman, friend of the show. On Twitter anyways.
Yep.
And he flat out asked about a new arena. And Alex said, yeah, I mean, the vision is to have a new arena. And Mark Laurie said, yeah, state-of-the-art new arena at the press conference. There's been enough rumblings and stories and interviews now that this is correct.
Okay.
They have not hidden the fact that they want a new arena. Now, have they made an official line in the sand proclamation that if they don't get one, they're moving? No, but that's not what this prediction was.
And that's that's next. So don't worry about that one.
in about 2 years. So nice week for Judd there. Well, nice week for
Macadac.
nice week for Macadac.
Oh, Macadac.
He said the Twins will not sign anyone to a major league contract of $5 million or more by the end of the December 1st, collective bargaining agreement deadline. Now, like 2 hours after I made this prediction, who did they sign again?
Dylan Bundy.
Okay, former number 4 overall pick Dylan Bundy, who's just been a bust. And it's a 1 year, $4 million contract with an option for the second year that has a $1 million guaranteed buyout, but that's a 2023 expense. So it's $5 million guaranteed over 2 years, which makes the average annual value $2.5 million. If you want to get technical.
The phrasing is key here.
Yeah.
Until they exercise the option, which hasn't happened yet. So
there was in the immediate aftermath of this controversy as
there
well
was
in the Mackey and Judd camp.
And that's the
didn't come
camp.
from Judd.
The listeners.
Judd didn't weigh in.
No. The listeners were weighing in.
listeners did, and then
I
you
just
got
was
in.
hearing and listening the comments. That's all I was doing.
I am perfectly
celebrated
fine. This is me getting pulled over.
Yep.
Listen, we're just checking out all the vehicles that look like yours. I have nothing to hide.
Right.
Yep.
It's a correct prediction. And then I think this was the quickest write that down prediction to ever come off the board. Last week I said sometime between now and the end of the Olympics, Judd will complain about the NHL being in the Olympics. And literally like 40 seconds later, you started bitching about NHL players.
I immediately started to
Now
bitch
there's
because
collusion.
It set me off.
Now there's collusion.
No, I was pushed.
That's collusion.
Phil,
I don't know why Judd would want to be boosting me as I rocket up the batting average standings
I
here.
participated on purpose. No, I was pushed. I was pushed by Phil, and I couldn't help myself. I still can't. Still ticked off about it. Make the same prediction now, you'll be right.
The listeners had one come off the board. It was also correct. Robert said the Vikings will give up 71 points or more throughout the last 2 minutes of just the first half this year. Didn't they hit 71 against the Lions?
Yeah. Well, they give up, I think, 101 total.
Is it?
Total, not just first half, but total.
Right.
What do you mean? Total, last 2 minutes total?
Yes.
Of the
I think they hit 71 exactly in the last 2 minutes of just the first half.
Okay.
They were at,
and if not, they will.
I think they're at 72. I think they're at 72 now. When was this prediction made?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
I mean, they were already well on the way.
Okay.
Yep.
It's right though.
It's a nice ringing double off the fence, but they were definitely well on the way. And all right, Declan, you said, we'll start with the good news here. You said the Wild will remain in first place in the Central Division by next week's write that down. I honestly haven't looked at the standings, but they haven't lost since last week.
They have the most points in the Western Conference right now.
Yeah, you're good. Totally.
But you did say incorrectly that Jaden McDaniels will score in double digits between last week and this week's write that down. He only played in one game.
Yeah, I really underestimated that flu bug there. That was my bad.
And then you said, we can take this one off the board. You said 2021 will be PJ Fleck's last season as Gophers head coach. He signed a long-term extension. I don't know. If he gets hit by a bus or something, we'll revisit this.
I feel like with all Miami paid like $9 million to buy out what's his name for Oregon, and obviously the Brian Kelly situation. Like I think most of those big program buyout fish fries have already happened. So yeah, I'm fine getting this.
If he gets hit by a bus, we got to revisit that one. Declan, it's green now.
Yeah. Ode to PJ Fleck for 20 minutes, and by the way, Declan gets another point for write that down.
So this is actually wrong because Judd's batting 351, but he's still behind Declan at 357. Oh, Macadac's climbing back up. He's only 33 points away at 324. Listeners at 282, and they have a league-leading 8 home runs. Judd with 7 home runs, Declan with 5, and I have 4. All time, Judd has 192 career hits. I have 156. Listeners have 125. Declan has 82. Listeners have the most home runs all time at 17. So there you have it. That is the accountability session this week on Write That Down. Let's get Justin in here.
Sure be nice to see my stats right. That's all I got to say. Sure be nice to see them reflected correctly there, so I'd feel better about myself.
Maybe what we can do is if you don't catch Declan, then you can be the bookkeeper for Write That Down for the entire month of January and see how quick you tap out.
No.
Justin, what's going on, man? Welcome to Write That Down.
Not much, guys. How's it going? I'm calling from Brookings, South Dakota.
Brookings, South Dakota. That's the traveling to a high school baseball tournament. It's the first time I ever saw like 75-mile-an-hour speed limit signs when I was in high school. It's very exciting. Just throttling in a 92 Camry through South Dakota. Great. So, Justin, what's your strategy here? Are you looking to hit some bombs or raise the batting average? You know, what kind of strategy you bring to the table?
I mean, I think they're doubles more like. No bunts, though. We're already behind. And got to throw out a few Packers predictions because I'm a Packers fan.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you've infiltrated. Very good.
How did we let this happen? Oh, no. All right, we'll allow it. So we're going to start with Justin, over to Judd, Declan, and then back to me, Phil. We'll make 3 trips around the room. Justin, lead us off.
All right, write this down. The South Dakota State Jackrabbits will win the FCS title.
Okay. Like the whole thing.
The whole thing, yep.
Didn't they already beat NDSU in the regular season?
Yeah, and it's the quarterfinals right now.
Oh, okay.
I love the amount of SDSU Jackrabbit predictions we actually have had in the 2021 Write That Down season. We've had like at least a half dozen, I think, Jackrabbits predictions.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah. All right, Judd.
All right, the first of my 3 wild-themed predictions, since they are in first place in the Central Division. Prediction number 1. Write this down. When Wild coach Dean Evason's new contract is reported, because he's in the last years, so at some point here, he's going to get a new contract. It will be for 4 or more years. So when he gets a new, because it'll probably be reported, it might not be like on the record. So it's very important. When Dean Evason's new contract details are reported, Declan, it will be for 4 or more years.
Okay.
We probably won't get money, but I'm almost positive we'll get years.
Okay.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Interesting. Got it. I also have 3 wild predictions.
I'll get you guys.
I'll start with this one. The Wild play 4 games between now and next week's Write That Down. I made a similar prediction like this a couple weeks back. The Wild will pick up at least 5 points between now and next week's Write That Down. I am just trying to maintain this batting average lead. There's 4 games.
Dude, they've won every game for like 3 weeks.
Yep, and there's a few weeks left in this Write That Down season. I got a Zolgad breathing down my neck. I got a Macadac who's now creeping up from the right lane. All right, I'm trying to just maintain my batting average lead. So the Wild will pick up at least 5 points between now and next week's Write That Down.
I love what you're doing.
I question the integrity of this.
Integrity.
I question your motives here.
Yeah, but if he's wrong, he's going to crash.
Ted Williams didn't sit when he had a 400 batting average going into a doubleheader on the last game of the season. Manager had his name out of the lineup. He said, "Put my name back in. I'm going to earn my 400 batting average."
I'm fine with this. I'm absolutely fine with this.
All right. Well, all right. 2 can play that game.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So 2 years ago, Jonathan Harrison came from 100 points behind in the month of December to win the batting title, and his strategy was college football bowl games. Now, the mistake that was made, and you know, we've learned from it, is he asked if he could predict all 42 bowl games or whatever it was in one spreadsheet and just like have that be his predictions for the end of the year. And we said, whatever, dude, you're 100 points behind. You can do whatever you want. And we didn't. And he wasn't picking against the spread. He was picking straight up. And I think he hit like 60-some% of those games, and it just rocketed him from 200, like a 215 average to 350. I can't do that because we've already outlawed that. But I've got 3 December college football game predictions to pay homage to Jonathan Harrison as I try to catch Declan at the top of the batting average standings. Starting with this one, write this down. Army will beat Navy on Saturday, or whatever the hell day they play. Army will beat Navy
Saturday,
in their upcoming matchup.
Yes.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
That's right. Okay, Justin, back to you.
All right, write this down. The Timberwolves will make the playoffs, but they will not make it to a 7-game series.
Oh. So they'll make the play-in. Okay. I'm fine with that, actually. Just get to the play-in.
Phil's going to be like, it was so emotional, that one game.
It's going to be great. Just get smoked by 20 in the play-in and see what happens. I see these Damian Lillard rumors floating around. We'll talk about tomorrow. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Write this down.
Yeah.
Judd?
So while Declan attempts to increase his lead, and Phil does have to come from behind, my strategy is going to be to hold serve as much as possible and count on Declan to come down to me instead of going up to catch him.
Wow.
Okay.
Those are fighting words.
Mm-hmm.
The Wild's Bill Guerin will be named NHL General Manager of the Year, an award that we won't find out till late spring, early summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to keep my average at 351 as much as possible. The Wild's Bill Guerin will be named NHL General Manager of the Year.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the career stats on the board here because Judd's average is wrong. All right, Declan.
I will say I'll put another thing off the board because
I can change it, I guess.
I'm gonna keep swinging for a fence, or not swinging, but swinging for next week. Try to raise his batting average even more. I will say Cam Talbot.
Squaring is the
what are you doing?
And this is not a bunt single. This is I think it's a solid hit. It's not a
Cam Talbot will skate
during the Wild practice. He will wear his jersey
with T by next week.
I will say Cam Talbot or Capo Kakinen will post a shutout between now and next week's. Write that down. 4 games. Capo or Cam Talbot will post a shutout. Cam doesn't have a shutout yet this season. I believe Capo does not as well.
You're right. That's a swing.
Cam Talbot or Capo Kakinen will post a shutout between now and next week's. Write that down.
Because it hasn't. Is that a home run? It's a good prediction. It's a good prediction. I don't know if it's a home run. I mean,
I think if I specified the goalie.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm saying it's going to be one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
it's a really good hit if it hits. It's a solid double off the wall.
It could be a triple.
But I don't think. Yeah, it could be a triple. I'm fast, but I don't know if it's a home run.
I like it.
Write this down.
I like it. All right. Write this down. Going to continue on with the Jonathan Harrison Memorial. He's not dead, but the Jonathan Harrison Memorial predictions here.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
No,
Toledo will beat Middle Tennessee in the Bahamas Bowl. Toledo will beat Middle Tennessee in the Bahamas Bowl. Write it down. That's going to be a barn burner, by the way. All right, that Toledo quarterback.
Phil's predictions really are exciting in this right there.
I'm telling you.
I take a little nap.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Justin, back to you.
All right, write this down. Aaron Rodgers will play in Green Bay for the 2022 season.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's headed there. Like what? They're the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, they're one of the 3 best teams. Why would he want to leave this current situation that's so fruitful on the field, right?
I don't know. Part of me thinks he gets bored in Green Bay and almost likes having drama around him so he can scroll through social media and stuff.
So he's basically like 15.
Yes.
Or 16. He needs some more drama in his life.
So, Justin, how long have you been a Packers fan for?
Forever, really.
Are you more of a Favre guy or a Rodgers guy?
Definitely Rodgers guy. I'm only 23, so I didn't watch much Favre.
Okay. Yeah. So, have you soured on Rodgers over the last couple of years? Or are you still good with him because he's awesome on the football field?
I mean, yeah, I mostly care about them winning games, so I'm fine having him in Green Bay saying whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not Jordan Love playing quarterback for you.
No, I'm not too excited about Love.
Well, Justin, you took some good swings here. Since you've got this platform on Mackie and Judd and the Score North YouTube channel, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this pinnacle life moment?
Yes. I'd like to thank my girlfriend for supporting my sports addiction. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to thank you guys for putting out a good podcast. I found you guys a couple summers ago looking for someone who talked about the Twins, and been listening to most everything but the Vikings topics for a couple of years now.
And we haven't talked Twins in like 6 months now on the show, and you're still here with us. That's great.
Yep, T-Wolves and Wild now. So
love that.
Awesome, man. All right, Justin, thanks for coming on, dude. We'll do it again.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff from Justin. Yeah, we were even texting last night. I, honest to God, because Gleeman has a big piece in The Athletic today basically saying, okay, the Twins have a lot of money to spend. Mm-hmm. They've done nothing so far. Like most of the top pitchers are off the board. They don't have any starting pitchers. What are they doing is the premise. And I'm kind of to the point now where if we don't if we talk Twins 5 times between now and next December, I'm fine with it.
The sport is shut down too. That's my.
Well,
thing.
I mean, even if the sport comes back,
if the sport was active now and they were passing on players and stuff, I wouldn't want to talk about it a ton, but it would at least be a potentially engaging topic occasionally. But now, who cares? The sport it's locked up tight. No one can do a thing, so I don't care. Well,
I'm getting to the point where I always get excited for baseball season around the wintertime. But because the lockout is happening and all the flurry of moves that happened, basically none of them from the Twins outside of Dylan Bundy, I will be sad when it's opening day, typical time, March, April, and there's no baseball. I am sad. I usually get things ramped back up, and I am gonna miss. I think that feeling. I'm gonna miss that feeling.
Give me a wild game that day, baby. Give me a wild game. Approaching playoffs.
Give me a Wolves playing game.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep. Keep our interest. That's all I care about. Baseball can buzz off. I'm so tired of baseball.
Write this down.
Yeah. All right, that was a fun little side tangent. Back to Judd. Your final prediction here.
Okay, my final prediction. Write that down. The traditional version, keeping with my wild theme. Chuck Fletcher and Mike Yeo both won't be back with the Flyers next season. So,
wow.
So I think they'll be off the record fired, but I don't want to say exactly what their demise will be, because that opens it up to interpretation of me being shot down.
Phrasing.
So Chuck Fletcher and Mike Yeo both won't be back, Declan, with the Flyers next season.
What is that sad? Like when those two guys grab their boxes from their offices and mope out the door and go get that beer to recap.
Yo won't care. I mean, Chuck is, you know what? I think the Flyers are going to fire Chuck quicker and have learned the lesson that it took the Wild a long time, which is Chuck comes off like he's good and he does some good things. But Bill Guerin is giving us a tutorial right now in why Chuck Fletcher was not a good GM. And we sort of just,
you like writing things down.
But that's our thing. We just sort of are like, well, yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not great, but he's good enough, right? Like that's our.
Listen. You guys know what this is all about, right? Right? What's it all about? Spurgey?
Hard work and having fun.
That. This is about winning.
God, it.
Yeah,
yes,
but right here. See, Chuck never would have done that in a million years.
No, Chuck would have traded for Sean Bergenheim. That was his splashy move.
And by the way, look at the faces of the players behind Spurgey. It's this great almost. Oh my God, he said that look.
Hell yeah.
I love that look because that look is like I am bleeping serious.
Yeah, get the hell out of here if you're not also serious. Love it.
The Flyers will jettison Fletcher.
Hard work and having fun.
Write this down.
Declan.
All right, my final prediction. The Wild will win the Central Division. The Wild will win the Central. They're comfortably on top right now. Colorado still has some games in hand on them, so they can definitely still catch them. And Colorado, I feel like, is a sleeping giant if their goaltending does get right. But I will just say right now, the Wild will win the Central Division. Write that down.
Have they won a division before?
Yes. They won in the Northwest in 07-08. It's the only
banner.
Well, yes, it's one of 2 banners currently up at XL Energy Center.
Yeah,
the banner hangs. It's yellowed. It's hilariously yellowed.
It's yeah.
That was the last Jacques Lemaire playoff season. Yeah. But that's it, man. So they never won the division with Parisi and Suter.
Nope.
Let alone conference finals and Stanley Cup. They never won a freaking division.
Nay.
Amazing. All right. Write this down.
Write this down.
Coastal Carolina will beat Northern Illinois in the Tail Greeter Cure Bowl.
What is it?
It's the
When did this come to you to make this your strategy? As Declan was
when I hit like 5 correct predictions the last 2 weeks, and now I'm within 30 points. Jonathan Harrison is the closer. Jonathan Harrison is the Mariano Rivera.
I thought you looked.
He is the I don't know.
God.
Trevor
Hoffman. Write that down. College football bowl games will be my ticket to catching Declan.
Jonathan Harrison was the 1919 Black Sox, and to see you go down the same gross, disgusting path makes me weep for write that down traditional version.
I'll repeat it just so Declan
Thank you.
can write this down. Coastal Carolina will beat Northern Illinois in the all one word here tail greeter. That's
tail greeter.
TAILGREETER.
Yep.
Cure CURE bowl. The tail greeter cure bowl. Don't ask me what that is. I have no idea.
Not to be confused with the charcuterie bowl, which comes up the next
That sounds
night.
great.
The next night.
Did you see there's a Jimmy Kimmel LA bowl this year?
There's a Barstool
No,
bowl.
that's
There's a
awesome.
Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah,
It's literally called the Jimmy Kimmel LA bowl.
What is tail greeter?
this
I
is
just Googled tail greeter cure.
Yeah, what is that? A digital marketer? Digital marketer that aims to make tailgating more accessible to fans all over the world. That's from the ESPN press room.
But there, it's also, I think it also has to do with like, it's the cure. I think it's the Cure Bowl, and Tail Greeter is the sponsor. So it might be like a cure for cancer kind of a thing. I don't know, but I just know that Coastal Carolina is going to be motivated to help me win. Write that down.
I want at US Bank Stadium next year the Mackey and Judd Bowl.
Or North Bowl.
Who's going to play in the Mackey and Judd Bowl? It'll be Benilde and Buffalo.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. Facing off.
Actually, that sounds fine.
Benilde and Buffalo. I drove by Buffalo High School a couple days ago for the first time in a while, and they've built a new football stadium in the last 10 years or so. They've built a new baseball stadium. All of them named after Mackey, by the way.
I was going to say the baseball stadium should be named
Field
after you.
It should.
Phillip Memorial.
A ball bouncing off my head, Jose Canseco style.
Dead.
He's gone. He's in Seattle.
Bill Mackey Memorial Stadium, but he's not dead. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
All right, there it is. Write that down, predictions, and an accountability session. The only show in America that has the guts to call ourselves out for incorrect predictions. Tomorrow, so Reckless Speculation Thursday is going to be a whopper tomorrow. There's a story about the Timberwolves and Damian Lillard on ESPN.com right now. And we're going to dive into this and figure out how realistic it is. So definitely listen to us tomorrow. And Vikings Vent Line right after the Steelers-Vikings are over on the Purple Daily channel. And this whole thing has been powered in part by Federated Insurance. Federated Mutual Insurance Company, providing risk management resources and tools to business owners for over 100 years. You can find a full list of industries Federated protects on their website, federatedinsurance.com. And check them out. Federated, where it's our business to protect yours. All right, dudes, we'll see you guys tomorrow on Mackey and Judd.